Yo, yo, yo.
Philly Sports Nation and sports fan all around the world. Welcome to episode 16 of the Sports Talk podcast. And sorry, all over to my right is my co-host Tyler Coleman. Say hi, or just introduce
What's
yourself.
up? What's up? What's up?
So,
My name is Tyler Coleman. I've been a sports fan for years, preferably Philly sports. I lived in the area for about 10 years, plus 1 year when I was 4. I grew into being a fan when I was 4 from my aunt. She was a big Eagles and Phillies fan. I gravitated towards that for years, and I've stuck by the teams for years. And yeah, that's my Philly sports story.
yo, what is going on, Nate?
What's up? What's up?
So, first and foremost, let's get this out of the way. So, I made a video recently about the Calvin Johnson situation between him and the Detroit Lions. Now, I want to get your thoughts on that real quick.
Listen, I think what the Lions did to this dude is utter bullshit. Why
And
are
that's
you telling this man to pay a paycheck that he earned on the field
exactly.
post his retirement? Here's the thing: he retired from your damn team because you mismanaged him, and then you're going to continue to mismanage him even after he retired.
Exactly. And
Are you
I
serious?
and not to mention I mentioned the point is like he had to freaking pay back the I'm probably not, unfortunately, because who knows how my schedule is. But yeah, but thank you for stopping by, Jaden. I really did appreciate it. But yeah, to finish off your thought, I made the point, or I said it, and I said this too. Like even after before he retired, they had to make him pay that 1.6 million signing bonus back. It's like the fact that, and I said this too, like him and Matthew Stafford had kept that team relevant for years, and the fact that you drove Stafford out of Detroit, you made your top receiver Calvin Johnson lose the love of the game of football because like you said, was mismanaged, and they're still mismanaging their players to this day. Like no
Yeah.
one, like how do you like Detroit fans like do, and I can we can see right through it. Like it's just like you, I don't know what Detroit anymore. Like they're like I have no clue what is going on in Detroit. The way they're mismanaging a lot of stuff, a lot of
I
their
really,
players.
I really don't know. I really don't know what's up with them. They completely fucked over Matthew Stafford, like you said. They fucked over Megatron. They continue to fuck him over, and it's bullshit.
It is so much bullshit. But I want to at least get that quick thoughts out of the way. But I want to go to the bring it up since we're going to talk about week 2. Let's get right into it. So as I share the screen with you guys, I'm scrolling down like all the games that we got so far. So right now for Sunday the 19th, we got 1 o'clock on CBS, the Patriots and the Jets.
So
I'm going to get
who do I got?
yes.
All right. I'm going with the Patriots because Mac Jones is a really good quarterback, and I think last week the reason why they lost to go to 0-1 was because of an error on the running back's part. If he cleans that up, and the team that did what they did last week, they're gonna be fine. The
Oh yeah.
Jets are just a dumpster fire of a team. Still have no offensive line.
Like you wouldn't think that the Jets would have at least addressed it by now, but I guess that ain't happening. But I'm like you said, like Mac Jones has shown what he's capable of. I said, look, project quarterback my ass. As I put up over almost 300 yards in his first game as a Patriot.
Yep.
That's like okay then. I see you.
And what I saw last week, I was like, okay, this kid's the real deal. He is the real successor to Tom Brady. So,
I mean, but yeah, Broncos and Jaguars. I think for me, this is an easy pick. I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos on this one because, well, maybe the Broncos because I think they have shown that they are more a little bit more built, solid, built all around compared to the Jaguars. But maybe the
Yeah.
Jaguars might, if they can clean up, there's a possibility they could upset, or at least do, I guess, upset the Broncos. But for right now,
Here's the,
I have the Broncos.
here's the thing with the Jaguars. If Trevor Lawrence can clean up his mistakes from week one, they've got a chance to keep it competitive. But if he makes the same mistakes like he did last week, this game's going to be a blowout.
It is going
Because
to be
because the Broncos defense is a hell of a lot scarier than the defense that they played last week, which was Green Bay.
exactly
Because Green Bay wasn't really trying.
no,
No,
because
it wasn't Green Bay. It was somebody else.
I know Green Bay is one of the teams that didn't try week one because I kind of feel like Aaron. Speaking of Green Bay,
Aaron fucked that up. But I forgot who the Jags played on week one.
Texans. They play the Texans.
They had the Texans, and yes, the Texans aren't a really good team. But the thing is, they're good enough to win a few games. You have a team like the Broncos, whose only missing piece is a quarterback. And right now, they've got Teddy Bridgewater to fill that gap for right now.
Yeah,
And if Teddy Bridgewater can do what he did week one, they're 2-0.
exactly.
So,
Well, yeah, Bills and Dolphins, 1 o'clock on Fox.
that's a toss up. That is a real toss up.
That is a real toss up. I'm going to have to go with the Bills on this one because I just feel like despite the Bills, I think the Bills they have a good court. I mean, both teams have good quarterbacks, but I think Bills might out edge Miami. But I just kind of feel like where the Buffalo Bills, and they did bit like the last couple of years for the, or that the Bills have played, that they played well in the last couple of years. So Dolphins been kind of up and down the last season or two. But I just feel like I think Bills.
Last season they were fine. It was just that they had bad luck with making the playoffs. They missed the playoffs by a game because the team that was above them just have one more win.
Yeah, that's true. And
So
then
I think the problem was they were competitive, but not competitive enough. They needed at least like one or two more pieces to be more competitive, and I think they're going to be there.
oh yeah, for
So
sure, definitely for sure.
my pick for this game is going to be the Dolphins
Okay,
on that front.
That's not too bad. I can't judge you for that. And then we get to the game I'm really excited to see. The 49ers against the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think the 49ers are way too banged up
Yeah.
to win against Philly. I really do. It's not just us being. It's not me being biased by any stretch.
I mean, we've seen it. We've seen how banged up because they lost their top cornerback for the year, and
Yeah.
they lost their best running back. So their running
And
back.
if you've seen how Philly played last week with the deep ball,
Exactly.
if you don't have a credible cornerback or any defensive help whatsoever, you're gonna get beat every time.
And not to mention, we have two of probably one of the best cornerbacks that we have. We still have Slay. We got him from like next,
Yep.
and we got Steven Nelson, and he was very spectacular in his Eagles debut.
Yeah, he was.
But I feel like everything has going towards the Eagles' favor.
It is.
Both on both sides.
Except for bias from national media. The national media's got the 49ers all day.
I remember the last time when like most national media had one, like say they had,
We ran the motherfucking they won a Super Bowl.
exactly. And not
Yep.
to mention that you see 49ers fans actually doing something with the Rocky sets. Just like,
you know the last time that shit happened, bro.
you exactly what I've.
You know what happened last time that shit happened, bro? We fucked them up.
Exactly.
Ugh.
But now we go to the Rams and the Colts.
Rams.
Yeah, I'm going Rams. I mean, as much as there's no hate towards the Colts, but I just don't feel like the Colts are
Again, Carson Wentz needs to get his head out of his own ass if he wants to win this league. And I don't feel like he's going to do that.
Exactly. I mean, it's this thing too. It's just like, I mean, Not to mention, like, have you seen how great Matthew Stafford played in his first debut with the
Oh
Rams?
my god, he was stellar, bro.
I was like, I was like, I'm thinking to myself, this could have been if the, and going back to the Detroit things, like if the Lions did what they were supposed to do, who knows how great Matthew Stafford could be. But the fact that now he's with the Rams and shown what he's capable of, despite him being still a great quarterback for his age, it's just like it's crazy to see what is like. This cannot be the same Matthew Stafford from Detroit. It's like I'll say that okay.
People are like, "Oh, this can't be the same Matthew Stafford." Here's the thing: Matthew Stafford. They I don't know why the media does this. They don't look at the team as a whole. They only look at the quarterback.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, if they see like a defensive pressure coming, and the guy gets sacked, they blame the quarterback. The guy gets pressure in his face and he throws it up
Like that's not his fault.
as a prayer, and he throws an interception. It's not his fault, but yet they're blaming the quarterback for it.
And this is the thing: like the quarterback is not the problem. Like in Detroit's case, it's the front office.
Yeah.
The front, and like
And
the
with the
fact
Colts case, it was the quarterback in Philly all along that fucked it up, and he's fucking it up
exactly.
in the Colts with a good
So
line.
it depends on the situation. But in Detroit, it's the front, which is fun. It's ironic. Is like Detroit, the front office still completely shit.
Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about Detroit, man. That's how bad they are.
And I feel bad for people who are offended of Detroit sports anyway. I
I
mean,
feel
I think
bad
the
too.
only one I can feel like that's really is relevant is the Detroit Red Wings, but I think it's pretty much about it.
Yeah,
But I mean,
and
but
they're pretty much not relevant now either.
yeah, and it's bad over in Detroit. That most of your teams are not relevant,
All of their teams suck.
which
All of
is
them.
that's that's saying something.
The last time I saw that happen was in 2012 with Philly, when all the teams sucked.
Yeah,
That was a dark year.
dude, that was a dark year for us. But
Oh my
with
god!
with that aside,
For Philly sports fan, it's a dark year
yeah,
for Phillies, and it's a dark. I mean, now we're still in the dark year for Phillies fans, but we're at the tail end of it, kind of.
exactly.
Um,
But now to the next game: Raiders and Steelers. Who do you got?
this is another toss up because both teams played very well last week.
I,
I I really want to.
I'm
I
going
want
Raiders.
to. I want to say the Raiders, but I also want to say the Steelers. But
Mm,
honestly, if we're going to go down the quarterback play, it's going to be the Raiders because
Carr
Big Ben
played
last week was.
absolutely. He
Oh
absolutely
my!
played fantastic.
I don't get the Derek Carr hate at all. Derek Carr is a
And,
really good
yo,
quarterback.
to hold that thought real quick, and I talked to Darian about this too because I was confused myself because I've always had high hopes for Derek Carr. His brother David Carr, not so much because I know he got to get the hate that he gets. But
Yep.
yeah, Slay. Yeah, I'm a part of this network. I think it's been like a handful of weeks. I don't remember the exact date, but yeah, it's crazy. Finding places. But yeah, the fact and the thing about the Raiders too is like, and I feel like the Raiders are a bit younger. I feel like the Steelers are getting a little bit older on some of the positions that they have. The fact that,
Right.
I mean, like you said, it is a toss up, but I'm going to have to go with the Raiders because the way that they played. I mean, the only downside was like the Carr Carr and Waller, man. I mean, I know that's the number one receiver, but I feel like that is just a danger. And I said this too. It's like this is going to be this is going to be this year in the league where the quarterback and wide receiver is going to be like the top duo. Because like
Yep.
it's for us, we got Hurts and Smith, which we're going to be hearing that for years to come. You got Carr and Waller. God. I mean, who's the number one receiver for the Rams? That's the thing. I don't know, but you kind of get the point that I'm trying to drive home here. Like this
Yeah.
is going to be like where some rookie, especially some rookie wide receivers, are shining. Like I said before, Devontae Smith, all the hype that he brings from Alabama, Heisman Trophy winner. Like the list can go on and on and on. But it's like the fact that him again, and not just that, also in top rookie and some running backs too. Look, Miles Sanders, and speaking of Miles Sanders, this is why I kind of feel like this is where everything's gonna. I think this is going to really be the year that he's going to have over 1,000-yard season, because him and Gainwell. If you were talking about a running back duo,
Gainwell was a beast.
dude, the 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 fact that
Gainwell's
he's
a
under
beast
6 foot but knows how to block at his
for sure.
size,
For
that
sure.
is insane.
Yep.
I don't. Oh my god, like because
Um,
I've. But yeah, like you said, it's a toss up. Oh shit, sorry about that. It's a toss up, but I'm going to have to go with the Raiders because I'm actually going to side with Darian on this one. Darian, who's a Raiders, who's a good Raiders fan. Bengals and the Bears. I'm going to go
this
Bengals on this
depends.
one.
This depends. To me, this depends on if they start Justin Fields finally or not. If they start Andy Dalton, it's for sure going to be the Bengals. But if they start Justin Fields, the Bears have a chance.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only thing the Bears need to do is cut their losses with Jason Peters, man. I think that's the only reason why I think.
Jason Peters is so fucking shit now, bro.
Like, how the
Like
hell
I
is
saw
like,
him, I saw him in that Sunday night game, and I'm like,
dude?
he just
Hey,
stands
this dude's
there. He literally just went, "There you go, get the quarterback." What?
like exactly, and as much as I don't like, and this is why I think. I mean, I know the Bengals are not going to be contenders, but they have the way that they played kind of says otherwise. I mean, their O line looks solid, even though that was their humongous weakness. But the fact that you have him Burrow and Jamar Chase as a duo, you better watch out for those two.
They've got something brewing in Cincinnati for sure. They've got something brewing there.
Oh,
And yes, I
exactly.
agree. It should be a good Eagles game. I
Oh,
saw that comment.
definitely. Yeah, and this is the thing too. Like, and this is what, and now I'm looking at it. So, like, because at one point I was critical of them because, like, the fact that you hit like last season, I get it. I mean, they should at least take an offensive lineman. I get that because Penicio was probably one of the best ones you're going to have on the board.
Yep.
But to see what Jamar Chase is doing now in the league, or even though after his first game, kind of says otherwise. I was like, maybe I think they've maybe made the right pick to get a. Then again, I don't think they really had a good wide receiver. God, since Chad Ochocinco, if I'm not mistaken, because this is the only one that I
Yep.
feel that he's the only relevant one for the Bengals over the years. But I think,
Yeah. Like I think after they did have AJ Green at one point,
yeah, I think he was pretty
and that was
solid for
like
them.
in 2015, and then
Just got rid of him.
they got rid of him like he was nothing.
I was like, what are you doing? But he was very outstanding for the Bengals.
He was awesome for them. He
The
was
only
like,
bust that I can think on the Bengals over the years, I think, was John Ross III. It was
yeah,
one. I think he's, but I might be wrong. If some other team can figure out his problem, I guess maybe we can. The only time will tell with him.
yeah.
Texans and the Browns. Hmm.
I think the Texans really capitalized on a rookie mistake in Trevor Lawrence last week. That's what
Yeah.
got him the win. I feel like the Browns have more to prove after a week one loss. Say, okay, we're not going to be the same old Browns that lose every week. We're going to be this different Browns that we were since last year.
And
We're,
that's the
go-
thing.
we're
Yeah. What up, Coach Dante? But yeah, to follow up on that point, Baker Mayfield, he's been very solid with them ever since he got drafted. But yeah, I mean, obviously, not one of the best years that the Browns have had, but I mean, coming from was it Ohio? I think Oklahoma. Okay, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. It was Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's the thing too. This is why I think, and I think Baker Mayfield, despite his arrogance in college, but the fact that he matured, and when he got into the league, actually, I always liked Baker Mayfield. The attitude kind of just
Yeah.
really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, especially in college when I watched him on his college kids. Like, this is not going to be a good look. But the fact that he actually matured and showed
Yeah.
what great of a quarterback he can be. The fact you have style, that team is stacked. You got Miles Garrett, you have oh, unfortunately OBJ. You got Kareem Hunt. He's a very solid running back. They got some good like players all across that board, and it's
Yeah.
just, and I think unfortunately I'm going to go with the Browns in this one because look, as much as I like Tyrod Taylor, but I feel like Browns are probably going to outbeat the. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be a close game, but I think it's going to be close enough to where I think the Brown. I'm not going to say like the Browns going to outdo the. Or I'm sorry, the Texans are not going to outdo the Browns, but I think Browns. I think Browns are going to have this one.
Yep.
So this is going to be a test. Saints or the Panthers? I feel this is a toss
I'm
up.
hoping, I'm hoping that the game Jameis Winston isn't a fluke to make it even tougher on me to pick what team.
But Sam Darnold, on the other hand,
Sam Darnold, he really turned it around in Carolina compared to where he was in New York
oh yeah,
when he was under that mismanagement bullshit. I feel
yes,
like I feel like it's gonna be one of those shootout games.
yeah. I feel like this is going to be. I feel like if Winston can do what he did last week, who knows how close I think this is going to be a close game. I feel like this is going to be a toss up between the two
Yeah,
teams.
I
Like I can't
at this rate, I can't choose a team.
see. Yeah, I agree with you at that because both on both sides, like you have Darnold and Robbie Anderson, still one of a great wide receiver. The fact that and speaking of the Jets too, the fact that I kind of feel bad anyone who gets drafted for the Jets because you're going to get fucked bad over there in the Jets.
I don't even. There's no question.
But I'll get thank you to the Carolina Panthers, man. But the fact that they kind of saved Darnold's career, and the fact that Robbie Anderson, even saved Robbie Anderson too from getting ruined too. Like that's another thing too. That's like now you got an outstanding running back in Christian McCaffrey. Still, I thought it was one of the solid draft picks that the Carolina Panthers made. And now you also got a good cornerback in J.C. Horn. Like, who knows how good this team's going to be?
This team, I think this team's going to make the playoffs this year. But I think in like 2 to 3 years, they're making the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll say give it like 2 to 3. Yeah, I think that's about right. Vikings and Cardinals. I think that's going to be
Cardinals easy.
Cardinals for sure. Like
Cardinals
Kyler Murray.
What they did to the goddamn Titans, they're going to do to the Vikings, and it's going to be worse because they are a worse team.
Yeah, exactly. And not to mention you got freaking J.J. Watt on the defensive end of the
floor. Oh my god, that quarterback's gonna feel it in the morning.
Oh, exactly.
He's gonna feel it on Monday morning.
Then Kyler Murray, probably a potential MVP in the league.
Oh, for sure. If he stays healthy, he's gonna be MVP.
You got DeAndre Hopkins, still a great wide receiver.
One of the best running backs in the game.
He's a wide receiver.
Or wide receiver. Fuck me, dude. I ain't messing up. One of the best wide receivers in the game.
You guys got Larry Fitzgerald.
Another
a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, dude. Hall of Famer.
I mean, at this point, man, just get this man a ring. Because I don't want him to end his career without a ring. I really don't.
He deserves the shit, okay?
The fact, and what's crazy is the fact that he's played on so many bad teams with the Cardinals team over the years.
And the sad part is he almost got a ring in 2009.
Exactly.
Almost got a ring.
Yeah, with Kurt Warner, probably one of the greatest quarterbacks that the Cardinals have had.
Almost got a damn ring in 2009.
And
then they fell apart. And then they fell apart by like 2010 or whatever.
Yeah, and then it's just been spiraling out of control. But the fact, bringing in someone like Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury, and look, and I get, speaking of Cliff Kingsbury, like I know most college coaches don't work out, but the fact that what Kingsbury has, transformed the way that the Cardinals think and the philosophy that he's brought in. This team is.
I'm just looking up at the screen right now, and I feel like I have good luck. Because the 49ers and the Eagles are going to be on national or nationally headlined for Fox.
Yeah.
For the second week in a row. Like, what?
Yeah. And look, I mean, it's probably going to be the most talked about game. I mean, I don't think, like you said, I mean, it's like you said, 49ers, they're banged up. I mean, Jimmy G, I think he's an okay quarterback. I mean, I'm not saying okay, but he's not great.
Yeah, he's more moderately good.
Yeah, mildly good. I mean, I think any team who's rebuilding uh could use someone like Jimmy G. And look, and
Yeah,
don't get me wrong,
as like a
Trey Lance.
placeholder or something, or
And I think this is. You would think the 49ers. I would have thought the 49ers would have traded him because since they picked Trey Lance out of the draft.
I feel like what they're doing is they're giving him a season to sit there and look at Jimmy G to be mentored, and then they'll trade him after.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I see. I feel like that makes perfect sense.
They're not gonna do what the Patriots did and give Cam a preseason to play to mentor a kid, and then he gets cut before week 1 starts.
That's very true. But this should be an easy one. Buccaneers and Falcons.
Oh, Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, man. I mean, you got like the goat Tom Brady under center for the Bucs. You got freaking Chris Godwin.
You have a defense who is who's going to play equally as good as the Eagles did against the Falcons last week.
Exactly.
So they're not even going to have a chance next week. They're going to go 0-2.
Exactly. Titans at the Seahawks.
The way the Titans played, I'm going to give it to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going to the Seahawks. And I know we're going to go to the Cowboys or Chargers. Chargers.
But the bias in me want to say Chargers, but the way Dak Prescott played.
Yeah, Dak Prescott balled out. I mean, it's just we hate to say it, but
I hate to say it. Is for me, it's kind of like a toss up, but kind of not.
But you guys got to think too. Dallas.
It's gonna be close, but I think the Chargers do eke out this win.
Because here's the thing, and that's the thing too. Like now you got Dallas, much as to our chagrin, as our bias kicks in. You know, we hate them to bits, but their defense is questionable. DeMarcus Lawrence is out indefinitely. I mean, most teams are going to torch them defensively. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, and not to mention, like you said, Dak Prescott balling out. He has 4 games. Like he's put up like quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and I think 2 others. Like he has like more 400 yard games than Patrick Mahomes, who started 16 games, but he has 4. I was like, are you serious? Right? I was like, I mean, I guess have that underdog mentality for being a late round draft pick kind of really comes in handy.
Yep.
But Chiefs or the Chiefs at the Ravens.
Chiefs.
I mean, I know. I mean, not say bias aside because it's Andy Reid, but Patrick Mahomes on the other hand, he did pretty. And speaking of fantasy football, he did really well for me in fantasy. So I mean, he's done pretty well for me in fantasy football. So I mean, that's probably the only reason why we're. The only reason why we're. What's that?
For me, it's not because of Andy Reid at all. Because
I think there's
for me, it's about the team, not a coach. That team is well rounded.
Yeah, and the reason why we're going, and I mean, as much as I like the Ravens, but the only problem is the running back core is devastated. It's just like I have never seen one position get so plagued by injuries. It's not even funny.
I think the problem with the Ravens is that they traded Mark Ingram,
and that's really what hurt.
And that messed them up big time.
And Gus Williams is out, as Gus Edwards is out. Then you still have Le'Veon Bell still on the goddamn practice squad. It's like at some point, like exactly why would you still have him? Like bring him up because he's still a solid running back. That's. But I mean, I think. I don't think this is going to be like a blowout. I feel it's going to be like somewhat of a close game. Say maybe 10, 15 points is probably the closest I'm going to have these two going at it.
Yeah.
And Lions and the Packers.
All right. I'm going to say this right now. Aaron Rodgers needs to get his head out of his own ass.
Exactly.
If he doesn't get his head out of his own ass, Lions are taking this game. If Aaron Rodgers tries for real this time, Packers win it.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, is just like the fact that and I said this before too, and I've watched this, like there's no way I feel like the Packers threw this game against the Saints.
They did. They threw it.
Which is it just doesn't sit right with me. That it just never sat right with me.
I don't think it's like the Packers as a whole. I think it's Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers wants to get traded.
I mean, before with the situation, I can't blame him because it's just
Newsflash, Aaron Rodgers, playing bad's going to hurt your draft or hurt your trade
value. I mean,
it's going to hurt you, and you're not going to get traded.
Exactly. You're just good, and that's the thing. So it's just like CV do. I mean, hypothetically, if he can come out and be the Aaron Rodgers that he's known to be, the Aaron Rodgers of old, maybe that's a whole different story. But I just feel like they just kind of I don't know.
For me, Aaron Rodgers needs to get his head out of his own ass and play ball.
Exactly. Because it's like now you have, and that's the thing. So I feel like Week 2 is going to be very stacked with some of these teams on just basically what we saw, what we covered for that week. Now let's talk about the Giants and the Washington football team because I really want to troll the crap out of that. How the fuck?
You had the game won. And your lineman freaking commits an offside penalty in the last second of the game after a missed fucking field goal. What the actual fuck?
Exactly. I mean, if you rearrange the Washington football team's website, it's like WTF's like, what the fuck? And not just mentioned it because I know some the realist Giants fans. I mean, they're pretty cool. There's only a couple that I feel like who are very memeable. Cop Pistol's one of them because let's just say that you can make too many memes out of Cop Pistol and Bad Dog Sports. I mean, right. I know there's some like I said before, I'm not trying I'm not throwing shade, but and seeing these other fan bases coming at them because it's they're being what's the word I'm looking for here? Kind of being, I can't think of the word though. Not say toxic, but kind of just I see being dicks. Yeah, something around that. I mean, kind of basically. Because but yeah, I mean, you had to
go after us for the shit.
You guys fucked it up in the last seconds of the game. You should know that. And don't get me wrong, both teams are horrible on both sides. But Heineke, on the other hand, balled it. And I'll give Heineke this. And this is why I think Heineke is going to be a good starting quarterback for the Washington football team. Because it's
he needs to be. He needs to be, dude.
And Fitz needs to hang it up.
Yeah, he needs to hang. I mean, who needs to hang it up?
Fitz.
Oh yeah, he needs to be. Yeah,
he needs to be done. He's done. I mean,
he's at it. He needs to be. He should have hung it up after 5 years. That's how bad he played. And like I said on my podcast, my old podcast, I don't get the reason why they're hyping him up.
Taylor Heineke almost put, and this is why. And that's the thing too. It's just Washington.
Oh, shit, bro. I'm looking at Bryce Harper's stats compared to Tatis right now.
I mean, actually, now we're going to moving into Harper. And that's the fact is that
there's two candidates on are in the running for MVP. You have him and Tatis. Tatis is batting 286.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers.
313.
Dude, look at the numbers is insane for Harper.
It's obvious who's MVP after this season. It's Harper.
Exactly.
It's Harper. MVP.
Yeah, and which is funny is if you go back to 2015, he never had these kind of numbers. These are video game numbers he's been putting up.
2015, he had those numbers. But he was jacking up a lot of home runs too. And I think now he's kind of realized, look, I can't jack up home runs every damn game.
No, exactly. And that's the thing too. And actually, I think overall, it's just you know what? You wouldn't think. We're lucky to actually have someone Harper's caliber. Look,
we're lucky, but I feel like Harper's unlucky.
Yeah,
because I feel like we're ruining. I feel like we're ruining him by not making the damn playoffs 2 years in a row. Hopefully this year's the last. Hopefully this year we make it.
Yeah,
We're
hopefully.
still in the running, but at this point we don't know.
But you got to think too. Like this is one of our NL East rivals. Even though the Mets are bad, I mean,
the Mets freaking floor came up from under them.
And this is why I said about the Mets too. As soon as DeGrom gets hurt and gets shut down, that's what took their momentum away from them. I feel that's what really put as much. And don't get me wrong, DeGrom, what he has done was almost superhuman. Like,
oh my god, DeGrom was batting or DeGrom was pitching a sub ERA,
sub one,
like, sub one. It was like 0.8 something. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude? Like, exactly. What the hell?
Not to say it feels like you're playing on rookie mode on MLB The Show 21 and franchise mode with all the settings turned up.
I'm putting up those numbers on Road to the Show on rookie mode.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I know he's a Met, but you cannot hate him for. I mean, I get it. He's hated because of the Mets, but what he has done.
Look, I couldn't hate him for what he did in the first half of the season. I couldn't. It was impossible.
Dude, it's just like honestly, I've never seen, and I've watched baseball for years. Like I've never seen any put those kind of numbers up.
Oh my god, it was crazy, dude.
It's very crazy.
Putting up some crazy shit, and it was like awesome.
The only plus obviously came to the cost of his health, though.
That was the only problem. That's the only problem that he has is his health. Other than that, he's perfect.
Which is a shame, though. I mean, he's still a young guy. I think he's like in his early 30s. But the fact that a lot of these injuries are piling up on him, it's just like I don't know though. Like, I mean, I know he's gonna bounce back. I know that for a fact.
Oh, for sure.
But the question is how long he's going to hold up in the league though if these injuries are going to keep piling up on him, especially the shoulder and his back, or like the majority of the injuries he suffered throughout the season.
Yeah, because look at Arrieta. Arrieta, his health got terrible when he came to Philly. It's still terrible now.
And now you're playing. Now you're in the same Now speaking of the Padres, like we were talking about this before, you have Velasquez. You got two horrible Phillies against the Cardinals. Like Padres, what are you doing?
The fuck up.
And look, that makes us happy for us though, because like we don't need that.
Yo, I'm like, what? As soon as we cut Velasquez, I'm like, what poor unfortunate soul is gonna happen?
Next news I see, Velasquez signs with the Padres. Like,
the next fucking day.
Yeah, 24 hours later he goes to the
Padres. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Oh my god, bro. It was funny as shit.
Like, why?
I was like, what the hell?
Now, for those who are, I mean, baseball fans, you got to understand from our perspective. Like, we had to deal with this inconsistent player for the last technically 6 seasons, I should say. But since 2015,
bad, he almost called him like 2 derogatory names.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how bad he really is. But the fact that now that freaking San Diego has him.
Oh my god, San Diego's done. Their playoff hopes are dead.
I think the only one game they're going to win out of the Cardinals is probably game 2, and they got Yu Darvish going for them. I think that should be. I mean,
the rest of their rotation is ass. And you showed me that rotation, and all I did was cringe. I was like, yikes.
I was like, yikes. Like, Gabe's 1-3. That's an easy L. Hey, San Diego.
Gabe's 1-3. That's
that
done.
L, please. Hold that L, please.
I'm like, L game 1, L game 3.
I was like, what are, I mean, but I don't know. It's just like Arrieta goes there. It's like, okay, so thank God he's out. 24 hours later, Vince Velasquez like, oh God, I'm going to feel tremendously horrible for Padres fans when they had to deal with that. With those two.
I feel horrible for Cubs fans because
and Cubs fans too
at the worst time last year.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this year, Padres fans, they got the worst.
They're going to experience it first.
They're going to experience a world of fucking pain with Velasquez. I'm telling you that right now.
No, they're going to
Oh
spare us
my
a word of
god.
pain with Velasquez and Arrieta. Like,
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in San Diego now.
yeah,
Oh god damn!
that's
Oh
even
my god!
worse. I was like, oh my
Congratulations,
god,
Padres.
and I love the
Yo,
Padres too. And don't get me,
congratulations, Padres.
you
You
fucked
became
yourself.
2019. You became the 2019 Phillies.
Oh my god,
Congratulations.
you played yourself.
You played yourself.
But yeah, and look, don't get me wrong. The fact, and speaking of Tatis, I get it. He's in the MVP race, but I'm going to try to beat this dead horse. Like, and this is going to show you. This is
look,
just,
if you look at the numbers, it's Harper.
yeah, exactly.
But I feel like he also plays quality defense too. Tatis can't play defense half the time.
Which is like so bad. Like all the hype that he had last year is like the fact that guy can't play defense.
All the hype he still has. The guy can't play defense.
That's embarrassing.
Like he's at shortstop. The fucking ball is over his glove. He's batting a glove in the left field. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly. And not to mention that going back, was it like 6 years ago? The fact that the Chicago White Sox fucked that trade up. It's like, what are you doing? Like, what is your plan? Number one,
Yep.
James Shields was on the decline. The fact you traded your top prospect, Fernando Tatis Jr. for Fernando Tatis, or for James Shields,
I think the problem with James Shields is that pitching coach. Because prior to him going to San Diego, he was playing lights the fuck out, and he was.
That's right. That's right. He was with the Royals back, in 2015. He was very solid for the.
He was solid for the Rays.
Yeah, Rays, and he was also solid for the.
Year.
Exactly, and
then this year, and then this year, they made him so uncomfortable with his breaking pitches that he's throwing it wild.
I was like,
and they made him change his windup.
I mean,
if he had the same windup that he had last year, and he widened that out like he did last year, he would have been fine.
Exactly. I mean, and not to mention, even when he went to the Royals too, he was very solid with them as well. And
It's not the fact that he's declining; it's the fact that his pitching coach is ass when it comes to him.
True, but it's still and don't get me wrong, the Chicago White Sox, for me, I thought they were a surprise team the last couple of years. So I had a feeling like something was brewing with them. But the fact you've seen they traded for Eli Jimenez, then you get Luis Robert, who's been on fire.
Oh boy,
probably one of the most controversial managers, in my honest opinion. Probably one of the best, but controversial ones. Tony La Russa. I've been very critical of him, but I mean, as you can see, the play on the field. I mean, they've been playing very well. Grandal,
yeah, very, very well.
I mean, the list can go. Now they have a solid bull. Oh, do I really want to go into that? But I mean, they're so well built. Unfortunately, the bullpen too has been very lights out for them.
Yep.
And not to mention,
you want to know what pisses me off about the season?
Yeah.
The goddamn San Francisco Giants making the goddamn playoffs with the manager that made us miss the playoffs last year.
And not to mention, they're going to be the first 100 win. Not to mention, they're going to be the first 100 win team in the majors.
That pisses me off. That could have been us.
Exactly. And look, and don't get me wrong. At one point, I was very skeptical of it, and obviously the way he went about things. But
people wanted him out of Philly. Now they need to realize it ain't the manager's fault. It's the players. And it's the management upstairs.
Yeah, it's the owner. And trust me, I made 2 videos on John Middleton. I made 2 videos on John Middleton on the channel. It's like it's bad enough that his name is coming out of my mouth. Like that,
and I agree with you. If we miss the playoffs this year,
that's on him.
If the improvement isn't made, Middleton needs to sell the goddamn team.
Because think about it this way. I made this point before. Like, you got the 5th highest payroll in baseball, but you had bring someone to Dombrowski. The fact you had so much money, but you're not letting Dombrowski use it. That's saying something as an owner. Like,
I feel like Clintack wanted to do the same thing because he said, "Oh, I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna spend big money," and he did for Harper.
I
And I
mean,
feel like he did want to do more, but he couldn't because of Middleton.
and that's the thing too. Is like Clinton was not a bad guy, but he's just Middleton's just too greedy.
He's too strict with the money. Like you're at a tail end of the rebuild. Usually at tail end of the rebuild, you start spending money to get quality players,
Exactly.
either on your pitching staff or on the field.
Exactly. That's
Once
for
you get those
sure.
players, it's playoff time.
Exactly.
But the
And the fact
problem is, you're trying to play money ball and it's not fucking working.
it's not work. I mean, it only worked once in the early 2000s, but this is a whole
And
new
that's
age of
because the A's had a good farm system.
um,
And they traded for young quality pieces.
what's going on, Awesomeness Sports? But yeah, and that's the thing too. It's just like, not to mention, like, you got some of these great players all around the league. This like the last couple of years. Now, think about it this way: this coming off season, it's gonna be shortstop heavy and bullpen heavy. This off season, because you got Corey shortstop wise, you got Trevor Story becoming a free agent. You have Corey Seager, a free agent. Now you got Carlos Correa being a free agent in the shortstop class. Probably and there's probably a couple other unknowns.
Yeah, but if I feel like we'd probably it'd be ideal for us to get them if Didi does start to decline. But I feel like getting Galvis was key.
I mean, look, Galvis was pretty good for us when he was here. Like,
yeah, he was. My brother fucking liked him, and he was so
my
pissed off.
My grandma loved Freddie Galvis. And what's funny is
I kind of had like a love-hate relationship for him because like at times he was inconsistent, but more often than not he was hitting the ball.
And the fact that he's hitting from more power, which is unheard of for Freddie. I think he's got like
and that defense, he's still quality.
Yeah, like think about it this way: that the one play he had, like before he was here. What is going on? Hey, look, I tried to be like we're trying to give as much knowledge as we possibly can, but with like Freddie Galvis though, like that rolling play that I mean, unfortunately, that got him injured, but I thought that was one of his better plays that he had when he was here in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, like you said,
but yeah, like, and I feel like having,
I mean,
the manager that the Giants have now, that made me say, okay, this is not the manager's fault that the Phillies sucked for those years.
It was the ownership, and not to mention number two,
the ownership that's the problem.
And it was crazy is also we're blaming Clintack for the moves that he made. Was like realize that's Middleton. Like Clintack, that's
Clinton's fault because Middleton's probably telling him in his ear, "Hey, don't spend money. You spent over $300 million to get Harper. That's enough. It's not enough."
When number one, that was probably some Middleton's idea too.
Son of a bitch. Ah, shit. Here we go. It's usually that time where the Phillies start to blow it.
Yep.
Ah, shit. All right. Back to what you were saying.
But yeah, and that's the thing. And then we blamed freaking Clintack for the, like you said, like, I don't know if, but yeah, like you said.
Clintack deserves some of the blame.
But not to the extent we gave him.
Yeah, and not even I keep forgetting the manager's name. He's been here for like 2 seasons.
Girardi.
It's not Girardi, the other guy. That's with the Giants.
Kapler.
Yeah, that's his name. We shouldn't have blamed Gabe Kapler for what he did.
I mean, I don't think so either. But the fact that
it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault that the bullpen kept blowing games. It was not his fault.
No.
And if you kept the starter in, guess what? You're risking injury to your starter.
Exactly.
So it was a lose-lose situation for Kapler. Kapler's in a way better situation now that he can get away with a lot of shit.
But they're playing well under him too.
And they're playing very well. Because hell, look at the offense for Philly. Philly's offense under Kapler was pretty damn good.
It was.
It was just the pitching that was the issue.
And And also that shit too. I mean, the other downside with Cowper too
The
was
thing,
his.
the thing with Kapler, it was that he was lax, and I think that's what pissed off a lot of fans. But the thing is, players want a coach that has a good player relationship with his players.
Exactly.
And
And
that's what makes them successful. If you're
I feel like
yelling at them constantly, they're not going to want to play for you.
and I feel like the other reason why I think was we gave him shit for it was the bullpen management, like how
The
he.
bullpen, they had no bullpen
Well,
because Clintack and Middleton did not spend money to get a bullpen, and I'm telling you, and I was telling fans in 2018, and that was his, or 20. Yeah, it was 2018.
Yeah, it was 2018, 20. Yeah, because we fired him in
2018,
before
2019.
19.
It was in 2019. It was when we got Harper. I'm like, look, we get a bullpen
We should be
after we got
fine.
Harper. We should be good. They neglected to get a bullpen. I'm thinking we're not good.
Exactly.
And then people after 2019, oh, Kepler sucks. Kepler this. How do you feel now?
Like
Kepler
like,
evidently doesn't suck.
and the fact that he's leading the Giants at one point is going to be the very first 100 win team in the major leagues. It's like, okay, and it's like, what are we living in the goddamn Matrix right now? Like, what is going on right now?
I feel like this is what happens every damn year with Philly sports.
No matter what,
After a player gets traded to another team, or a coach
like a
gets
coach.
fired and goes to a different team, they end up winning a damn World Series or going to the playoffs,
or they win a Super Bowl or Stanley Cup. Like, what is us like? Wait, what is about us like that?
What the fuck happened?
Exactly, that's the thing.
You had Andre Iguodala winning the final.
I think when he's got
Evan
3 rings,
Matthews winning a goddamn Super Bowl.
Seven Wisniewski get his second Super Bowl ring with the Cardinals.
With the fucking Cardinals, you got fucking.
Who else? You
got freaking. And this one hurts. Hunter Pence winning a goddamn World Series right after we fucking traded him.
Drew Holiday winning an NBA title.
That's like, that hurts, man.
God,
that hurts,
man.
That fucking
actually
stings,
speaking of the Sixers, though, like I was just like, and this is like, I'm excited because, and this is why I think. I mean, as much as and I said this before too, and I'll say this again. I never liked Ben Simmons coming out of college because like he was not going to mature.
To me, I feel I wanted him to be successful because if you look at him in college,
I mean, he was a very outstanding player in college. I'll say that
he was fucking tremendous. He was shooting threes. He was shooting some good free throws here and there.
And
he gets to the pros,
just shuts it off.
He magically forgets how to shoot a free throw. He doesn't shoot threes. And I was looking at one play. He was wide ass open in the paint. He could have just got a layup. He passes the ball out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
In the fucking playoffs.
I do not want to relive that ever again.
I don't either, man. I don't. He needs to go.
And the fact that he had the balls to tell the management, say, look, I don't want to play here. That kind of
I don't want to play here because fans are going at me for not playing better.
Well, that's your fault.
That's Philly for you. Get used to it.
And not to mention, you had these other legends coming after you. Shaq calling you out, saying you're not good.
Fucking Shaq telling you that you're not that good.
And you got Charles Barkley, probably one of the most hated, but probably a great Sixers legend, coming after you. It was like
he didn't come after. He didn't just come after you on national TV. He came after you on local TV.
Like I was like, oh no.
Like I was watching before I moved up to Rhode Island. I was watching on NBC Philly. He was on Mike Missinelli's show.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He completely ripped Ben Simmons a goddamn new one.
I was like,
shit.
Oh my god.
I was like, no fucking way.
And this is why, and I said this before too. I think the only if you want to have a point guard to step up, this is the thing too. Is just like, there's 2 players I feel like can step up. Tyrese Maxey's one of them. Yeah, does he have a great 3 shot? No, but he's not afraid to take one and knock it down when you really needed it. Think about that. Look at it this way: in the playoffs, like there were some clutch threes that he hit as a rookie. Like,
Oh
like
god,
are you are you kidding me? Like you have a rookie in Tyrese Maxey, probably one of the best steals of the NBA draft for the Sixers. But the fact that this kid is outworking you and you're 24 years old, that's saying something. I don't know what.
And the thing is, you keep posting videos of you jacking up threes in a pickup game,
which doesn't make any sense.
Like, are you fucking kidding me, Ben?
Exactly.
And then you got Matisse Thybulle.
And not to mention, you got Matisse Thybulle, who's scoring almost 20 points in the goddamn Olympics.
I feel like Matisse Thybulle is a new guy. I really feel that.
I was like, this is not the. Just like, are you? And I was watching. I was like, I think he's going to have a really. I think Matisse going into his third year is going to have a breakout season. I mean, we all know how great he is defensively, but the fact that he actually had the balls to go. And the fact that, like, look, he doesn't have a great offense, but he's not afraid to take a shot, despite his offense not being great. And this is why
but he can make shots.
Exactly. It's not being the person.
Make shots. But when you have a player who you drafted first overall in 16?
16. And I think
and
he had like
he can't, and he just refuses to jack up a three, at least one three, unless it's like a 20-point Sixers lead and like 4 seconds left in the damn quarter. Like what?
Exactly. Exactly. What? That's a huge question mark. And then you got, I mean, you got like other players who are really, and the fact that. And this is the thing, and I said this too. If I'm Joel Embiid, like I'm not looking at you the same again. The fact that you goes to the entire organization.
No, I feel like if you looked at his like mannerisms and shit, he's done with Ben too.
Exactly.
He's sick of Ben shit.
Because here's the thing, because he said, I don't know what was the statement, but he threw him under the bus. Because he put in the ways that.
And I agree with him.
I don't blame him either, because it's like we're all sick of it. Like my buddy RB.
We're done.
DJ Eastwood from running back Philly.
Listen, we got the number 1 seed, and we squandered it because of Ben Simmons' sorry ass.
Exactly. I mean,
and now we're back to what we were before. Now we're back to what we were before. One more piece and we're championship team.
But the fact that and that's the thing too, and I said this too, like, players nowadays need to stop having leverage over these organizations. The fact that Ben Simmons had the balls to say, look, you can trade me to any of these teams, like, no, they ain't going to do that, because they can trade you to wherever they want to trade you. That's not your choice. I'm just saying, because it's like the fact, like, it's like, I'm going to want to be out here in California or Los Angeles, like, no, the fuck you're not. You're going to get traded whatever team wants you.
You're not going to go to LA to be carried by LeBron. That's not happening.
No. And you got to think too, like,
I'm sure LeBron's looking at your game right now, and he doesn't want your sorry ass.
I mean, hate to say, I mean, I agree with that, because it's like, and look, and LeBron too, despite his age, like he could, and he's still like, it's crazy to say, like, someone who's almost like, I think it was like 30. I think Braun might be 36. But the fact that he's outperforming you at an older age, and the fact that he can, I mean, he may not have a great jump shot, but he's got a good one. It may not be great, but it's a good jump shot. But he's not afraid to take the shot. And the fact that you refuse to take the shot
now. I feel like he's taking more shots now than he did back in like 2003, 2004.
Yeah, you know what? He's
jacking up more threes because he's getting comfortable with shooting these threes because he's making them. If Ben would shoot more, he would get comfortable with the shot.
Exactly. I mean, that's
like,
pretty much how it is. Like, it's not that hard.
It's not.
And this is why I think I just kind of feel like if you get drafted into it doesn't matter what sport it is professionally. You gotta learn, like, you're gonna have more work ahead of you. like college and high school, it's not the same. I mean, there's work,
It isn't.
but if you go to this is like you're at the top of the top.
You
Like,
are. Yes.
like minor league like take MLB for example. Minor league baseball, that's part of your development. And it's a thing called work. Obviously we have not the best, but we have in these like Bryson Stott, for example. I forgot where we taking him, but the work that this kid has put in, and what he's, and the fact that we're almost going to see him very soon. For example, this is kind of the example I'm trying to set here. But kind of just saying, look, and he's kind of putting the message like, look, I'm willing to work and get better. But at AAA, I know it's a whole different league. It's a whole different level than Major League Baseball. But the way that he's going about it, tearing it up, I was like, wow, okay.
That's
like,
the
I've
thing
never
that
seen it.
Ben, that's the thing that Ben needed to do since his first season in the NBA.
Exactly.
Look,
if he could have done,
I had a good rookie year. Let me build off of that. Let me get a jump shot going. Let me start slowly. Let me jump from mid range.
You just
Take shots
just
from
get the
mid-range.
feel for it, right?
And then go back even further. Let me take
And
it
start
three
working
from
your
the
way
corner.
back towards the exactly.
Work your way back. But Ben doesn't even want to do that.
Like it's nothing but drive at the.
It's nothing but drive, and then it's nothing but drive, hesitate, panic, pass the ball. Like what?
And the fact that look, I get it. I know Doc Rivers. I guess I got it. I know I was critical of him, but the fact that Simmons already burnt that bridge, like you would think, people are going to come for his head, figuratively speaking, for Ben Simmons. Yeah. It is what it is. Like this. That's not our fault that he doesn't want to shoot, and the fact that we have probably one of our better head coaches. Not that I can think about. Actually, yeah, probably one of the most credible. Yeah, postseason resume out the goddamn window. But the fact that he, him and the coaching side try to get on his ass about it, but Ben refuses to do it. And if I'm Daryl Morris, look, I'm not having this in my locker room. I'll say this again, like he's nothing but a toxic cancer in the locker room.
I feel
nobody's going to look him at this.
I feel like Daryl Morey is thinking the same thing because there's straight talks going around, and I feel like Daryl Morey is like, look, Ben, quit your shit.
Like, I had it exactly.
I had enough.
Exactly. That you took the words right out of my mouth. That's just what I was going to say because like he has. I mean, if you had a level, but Ben, I mean, I know my hand's out of the screen. That's how much freaking Daryl Morey had enough of his shit.
Yeah,
like it's like, I mean, I don't know though. I mean, we all know that. I mean, Damian Lillard was a pipe dream. I'm pretty sure, but I think, I mean, and I'll say this too, Doc. Just start Tyrese Maxey. And this is the thing about Tyrese Maxey too. The fact that our offense runs so much smoothly with Tyrese Maxey leading the floor, and I saw this too. It's like
we saw this countless times during the season.
Exactly.
If Ben was out with injury or he just sat out for whatever reason, when Tyrese Maxey was on that floor, when Tyrese Maxey was on that floor for the season, for the 2020-21 season. I feel like there was more of a high energy with Tyrese.
Exactly.
There was more of a high energy.
Not to mention, like one game where everyone was out with the COVID protocol, he almost gave you 40 in that game, and as a rookie, this dude is capable of giving you like 30, 40 a night. If you can have obviously pairing him with Embiid, that's a score. That's an assault on the basket.
That right there. If that was a playoff, if that was the lineup in the entire playoffs, I bet you last year we would have won the finals.
Exactly, but the fact that, and I've looked at the numbers too. It's just like the fact that Ben, like even when Ben Simmons off the floor, like the Sixers have a winning record when he's off the floor. And I compare this too with the what was the one team? The Nuggets, Denver Nuggets, because the numbers are opposite, or actually almost not almost similar. Because look, I get it, Nikola Jokic, yes, he's the MVP, but the fact that he plays really, he's not maybe the greatest defensive center in the league, but he can still produce offensively. But and I saw the numbers too, like the Nuggets are not that great with him on the bench. I mean, it's not. I was like, man, you would think if a center would have some great defense, like, but I mean, look, sometimes it's probably that one game. It's that one side. It's hard to like to really develop. Take Matisse Thybulle, great defensively, and the fact that he's working to get his offense to where we have expectations to be. Who knows how great of a 3-point shooter coming off the bench he's going to be? Like, it's not. It's like no matter what jump shot anybody's taking, it's like, look, that shit's getting blocked. Like, I have a feeling that he's with that long, his long wingspan, he's going to block that shit like almost 100% of the time. It's like, nope. God, I wish I had a soundboard for that. But yeah, like it's like you're seeing these players kind of just like Seth Curry may not be the greatest defensive guy in the league, and we knew that, but we've despite finessing a little bit of crap out of the Dallas Mavericks to give him Josh Richardson to get Seth Curry to come over here, but the fact that on the hot streak that he's had from the 3-point line, it's like this dude cannot be stopped from behind the arc. Steve and Danny Green too. That's another thing. Speaking of Danny Green too, earlier his season struggles, I was critical and say, this is not going to work out. Then he started getting hot, getting hot with his shots. It's like, okay, maybe I'm okay. I'm super wrong on Danny Green. Obviously shot a little bit over 40% last season from behind the arc. Led the league in corner threes. It's like, and probably he's decent defensively. So at least if he can. See, I wouldn't mind, if we could have lost him to Ben Simmons. I mean, I don't think it's not going to hurt us that much because we still got Matisse Thybulle, who's probably going to be better defensively than Ben Simmons will ever will. I mean, and that's the thing. So it's just like, I don't know. I mean, only at this point, I mean, we don't know. Only time will tell. But, now about the Flyers too, obviously last season was disappointing. It was to be expected. But, obviously very little hockey knowledge, but I want to go off what I saw the last couple of years, I should say. Even this all season, too. The fact that, they cut some of the losses with the players that, sometimes haven't produced, but the fact we got brought in like Cam Atkinson, Rasmussen, I don't know what the other guys' names, but we brought him a new goaltender. Like, those were some great players that Chuck Fletcher's brought in. And, yeah, and hockey fans and former and Flyers fans too. Little fun fact: Jaromir Jagr is still playing. Does anybody not? Does anybody not? Yeah, he's still playing in a different hockey league. It's like, I thought this dude would probably retire already.
He loves the game too much, man.
Look, he wasn't really too bad with the Flyers either when he was in his time here. And the only reason why I want to get back into the Flyers because of the Seattle Kraken, because the Flyers played them twice this year. And I'm excited because, the funny thing is, I'm not excited to watch hockey, but the fact that because whenever I heard about Seattle having an expansion NHL team, it's like, okay, so it's like, I'm thinking of the names. My grandfather mentioned the Kraken. It's like, actually, that's not a bad name for a hockey team. Not that I just mention it because you're on the Pacific Northwest. I mean, who knows, man? But yeah, you got any final thoughts of what we talked about? Went over, anything else for the night?
Scoring update, before we call brother. It here? Yep, scoring update. The Phillies went up 3-1. Galvis hit a double.
Yeah. But yeah, but those who stuck around, Nate, Darian, Jaden, Big Play Slay, Dante, Key, Awesomeness, but you guys, thank you guys for sticking by. But yeah, this is Robert, and obviously Sports Talk Podcast with myself and my new co-host. I hate. But yeah, with Tyler. But with that being said, Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace out,
Peace,
guys.
y'all.